Hello everyone, welcome to the full course of the Linux. Today I am going to teach you about the input and output redirects in our Linux system. So let's just start. So there are three types of redirects. The first one is the std-in standard input, which has the file descriptor as a 0. Second one is the std-out standard output, which has the file descriptor as a 1. And the third one is the stderr standard error, which has the file descriptor as a 2. So the first thing we are going to see, which is the output std out, which has the descriptor as a 1. So basically what is this std out? When running a command, output goes to the terminal by default. Yeah, of course. So whenever you try to run a command in your terminal, so in that terminal the output basically display in your terminal, right? So what if you don't want to display the output in terminal? uh, so for that you can use the symbol greater than. The output of a command can be routed to a file using the greater than symbol. For example, pwd is a command which basically used to display the current directory, which basically show you that which directory you are in right now, and you have to just simply use this greater than symbol and the file name, and you have to give the any kind of file name. So what is basically do, whenever you type this command, so the output of this command will directly move to or store to this file. So that output will be the now the content of this given file name, right? And to append additional content to the same file, then we use the double greater than symbol. For example, ls minus l, which basically display the list of the files. So that output will be append to this same given file name. And this echo, how are you, basically echo is basically used to give any kind of content of the statement, and that will be directly append to the given file name. So before I do, let's just start from giving the demonstration on my Linux terminal. So I will move to my Linux terminal in this, like, and I will logged in. Okay, so right now we are in my Linux terminal. I will open my terminal now. Yeah, okay. So here the first thing we are going to see, let's just do one thing. Let me type the same command, which is the ls minus l. So as you all know, this ls minus l command basically display the list of the files with their more details in your current directory, right? So what if I wants to show I want to store this all output of this ls minus l command in some xyz file, right? So for that we just have to simply type this command ls minus l greater than. I will give any kind of name of that file. For example, I'm giving the name s3 cloud hub. This is my file name, and I will enter. So now you can see, like, right now it is not displaying the output of this command directly in my terminal. Why it is not displaying? Because I had append, or you can say that I had stored the content, the output in this s3 cloud of file. You can simply if you want to see whether it is there or not in the file, then you can simply use a command, which is the cat command. As you all know, that cat command is used to display the content of your file. So my which content of the file I want to display, that is the s3 cloud hub. So after entering it, you can see it is displaying the content of the file, which is stored in the file name s3 cloud hub. So after using this cat command and the gain name of the file, you can see that it is showing me the output of the command ls minus l in this file. Or else you can, if you want to check this, confirm, if you want to confirm that, then you can also give open your file system, and in that you can find out the name of the file, which is the s3 cloud hub. Yeah, here you can see it has been created. And if I open this, then you can see that it is showing me the output, which has to which was to be displayed in my terminal, but I I routed the output in this s3 cloud up file name. So this is how you can route your output in any kind of file by giving the file name, just like this. Now you can also use the other commands, like for example pwd command basically displays you the current location of your, I mean the current directory in which you are in it shows that basically. So what if I want to store this and that another file? So for that I used to simply I simply use this pwd greater than. I will use only single greater than. Then I will give the any kind of file name. For example, I am giving the linux test, for example. Just after entering it, you can say, now what I will do, I will use the cat command to confirm whether it is routed to my linux test file or not. So I will type the name of the file which I want to display, enter. Yeah, so you can see after entering it in my cat command, it is displaying the content of the file, and that content of the file was routed from this command. As you can see, this is showing me the slash home slash shan, which is my directory, current directory right now. So this is what you can use this command. Also you can do some other stuff, like for example, I want to uh, add some kind of my own editable content, right? So for that I use this echo command, echo double quotation. I will write any kind of statement, for example, hi, how are you? Okay, so this is my statement which I want to display in, which I want to add, in which I want to route in some kind of file. I will use the greater than symbol, and right now I will give the same file name which I had added this one, right? So for that I will do this linux test. So what I'm doing it, I'm right now trying to add this idea, this my own statement in the same file in which I had already added some content of the pwd command. So entering it, now what I will do, I will again display the content of the file, and let me show you that what it is displaying. Let's just see. So you can see after entering it, it is showing me the latest one content which I added in this same file name linux test, and in that content, that is the hi, how are you? So you must be thinking that what was happened about the previous one statement which I had added in the previous command about the pwd. So this is the main difference between the single greater than symbol and double greater than symbol. This is why we should use the double greater than symbol to append the another statement in the file. Let me just show you the example. For example, uh, like here, what I will do, I will do again a statement of the same thing here. What I will do, I will do trying to append this in my same file, right? So you can see that right now in my linux text file I have this content, right? Now what I will do, I will again add this slash home slash shan in this file, and without overriding this content of the file, right? So for that what I will use, I should use this double greater than symbol. Okay, just like this. So now what we will do, basically it will not override my previous content, and it will directly add the additional content in my file. So after entering it, now what I will do, I will do again the cat command to see what is the content in my file right now. So after entering it, you can see now it is displaying me the both statement which was added in a different way. The first one was added through the echo command, and the second one was added through this pwd double greater than command. So now why it is now you must be questioned that why it is not overridden, because I had used this double greater than symbol. So that is the main difference between the single greater than and the double greater than. So what is the difference? Like the single will override the content of the file. So if you don't want to override the content of the file, so you have to use the double greater than symbol, which will add the additional content in your file. So that is how you can use this. So this was the about the output. You can also add some different kind of thing if you want to. For example, I'm using this ls minus la. You know that ls minus la displays the file detail of the file, also the hidden files. You can see that those files who are starting from this dot vm info dot, those are my hidden files in my file system. So I will also append, I'm going to append, not adding some new file, I'm going to append in my same existing file. So for that what I will do, I will use against the double greater than symbol, so it wouldn't overwrite my previous content in the existing file. So what I will do, I will try to append in my existing file, which is the linux test. After entering it, I will use the cat command to display it in the terminal. So yeah, you can see in the same file I added three different content without overriding anyone. So this was the about like the single and the double use of this greater than symbol in our std output. So now let's move on to the input. Input stdin, which is the standard input and which has the file descriptor as a 0. So input is used when feeding file contents to a file. In simple words, I can say that whichever content is in this file, whatever the file name can be. So whichever the content that this file has, that will directly redirect to this command. For example, here this is a file name which can be anything xyz file name. So that file name content will be redirect to this ls-l command. Same thing for this cat command also. The file content of the file will directly redirect to this cat command. So let me show you a small demonstration in my linux. So this is my linux terminal and you can see like what I did. I just try to add something content in this. For example, hey linux is cool in this my file, and what I did, I just override my content. Like this is the hey linux is cool. Let me show you something. Like I will see whichever content I have in my file. So okay, so this is what I have in my file. I will also add something to show you some demonstration of that. Okay, I will use a double greater than symbol to append only to this file linux test. So now in my linux test file I have two contents in this file. So now what this standard input does, when I write this command cat and this less than symbol to get the input from the file, and I will give the file name. So what it will do, it will directly redirect your content into this command. So after entering it, it will show you the same way display a line like this. So nothing different between them, but let me show you like what is the actual difference between those things. For example, I'm using the command wc, and I will do word count of my file. So it shows that it is the word count of my file and the file name here. Now what I will do, I will do the same command again, but this time I will use the standard input in this command. So this is linux test. So after entering it, you can now see the main difference between them. It is after using the standard input, it basically gives the input or redirect your content into your command and display here also. So this was the about our input, standard input in the. So now let's move on to the error, standard error, which has the file descriptor of 2. So basically when a command is executed, we use a keyword, and that is also considered as a std in, and that command output goes on the. So now let's moving on to the error standard in error, which has the file descriptor as 2. So when a command is executed, we use a keyword, and that is also considered as std input, and that command output goes on the monitor, and that output is also considered as standard output. And if the command produces any error on the screen, then it is considered as a standard error, right? And which has the file descriptor as a 2. For example, let's just start from the my linux terminal. For example, here you can see I will write some command. For example, I am writing the command ns-l. So this is what is going. I'm using the keyboard as a standard input, and if I entering it, so it is showing me, it is displaying the output in my terminal screen, which is my standard output. And somehow if it gives me the error like this, bash command not found, this is the error of my command. So this is what is standard error in my file input output file description. So right now what I will do, in this I will show you some example of that. Like you can see, like we have the examples in this. You can see this is the example. For example, here I have taken the c double triple at by default. Like I mean intentionally I taken the wrong command to display the error, so it will of course display the error. And if I want to give this error, I mean to route this error into some xyz file, so I can do this by these three commands. You can see these are some of the commands, like ls-l slash root, then telnet localhost. So this is my commands, and I can use to route my error message into some xyz file. So let's just take the example. For example, let me clear the screen first. Yeah, now it's looking good. So now what I will do, I will simply write a command which is the ls minus l, right? So it is the right one command. Now what I will do, I will simply do this wrong command which is the lqwe. Okay, so what it will do, it will show me the error that ls invalid line with v. I know that is I intentionally did, so I need, because I want to see the print of error as error message. Now what I will do, I will redirect this message into some file. So how it will be done, now I will do this ls minus lwqe. I will press the keyboard on 2. Why? Because the file descriptor is 2 in the standard error. So that's why I'm doing this. Now I will redirect to whom. For example, I'm giving the file name which is the S3 Cloud Hub 1234. Enter. Now what I will do, I will display the content of this S3 Cloud Hub file name, Cloud Hub 1234. Enter. So you can see after doing that, it is showing me the error message in my given file name. You can also check and confirm from your and from your file system. You can see I'm going to open this in my text editor, and after opening it, you can see it has display in my file system just like this. So this is how you can overwrite uh, and route or redirect the error message in your given file name. For example, what I will do, I will do again take an example which is the telnet host, right? So it basically connects your Linux to the other local system like this. So it shows that the host name or service is not known, and okay, it is showing me this error. So what I will do, I will display this error in some of my different file name. For example, telnet host, I will again type on the 2 greater than. I will give that file name which is the, okay, the file name will be the ABCD, for example. So right now it is not showing me any kind of error because that error has been redirected to this file. So what I will do, I will simply display the file in this terminal, and you can see it is showing me the same error which was showing in here. So this was the about our standard error. So we have learned the three commands there, the three input output directories. The first one was the standard input, the second one was the standard output, and the third one was the standard error. So it is very important to learn. So I hope you understand this. Thank you so much for watching this video.